Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review of One Piece episode 874. And I'm sorry this one's late, guys. It was my grandma's birthday today, so I went over to my parents' house in order to celebrate her birthday, and she's she's getting up there. She basically turned she was it was around 90 today, so yeah, big. So yeah, big. It was a big year for her, and it was a big birthday for her. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't know how much longer she has. But what am I saying? I'm not gonna draw on it. You guys aren't here for that. You're here again for my review of the One Piece animes, and like I said, it's One Piece episode 874. So one thing to start off, one thing really surprisingly really liked about this episode was basically seeing all the citizens of Whole Cake Island panic, and this isn't nothing new. This is something that has been like a constant in One Piece of seeing no name citizens pretty much panic and get all panic and basically and fearful of what's going to happen to them with when after the straw hats end up causing like a huge mess or something. So yeah, and that is nothing new. But with this particular instance, what I really like about it, for me, genuinely, is that like I said, there is a genuine, like, for me, what I really like about this whole thing is that it's, for me, it goes beyond just pretty much citizens panicking, because I feel with this particular I feel in this particular instance, what seeing all the citizens of Whole Cake Island like panicking does for me, is that we start to get a bit more of a genuine sense of how the facade of Big Mom's perfect, of how Big Mom's pretty much perfect utopia of Whole Cake Island is really starting to crumble. Just in how much havoc that Big Mom has created. Just the facade of her creating this perfect island where pretty much everyone can live. Yeah, all that just came crashing to the ground. And like I said, I've always kind of liked stuff like this, but I have liked it a lot more in the anime than the manga, because the voice acting definitely adds to the dread and fear of the situation. Just like the voice acting and the soundtrack, it always adds to like the fear of the situation, and that tension pretty much definitely felt at its peak when the moment of truth came, when Big Mom had finally arrived on the island where the cake was. And I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling kind of anxious, almost right alongside them too. So yeah, I guess you could take from that what you will too. Um, Also, one minor but very important detail that came up in this episode is that Morgans and Stussy have left the island. And it's little details like that looking back on this content, that make me snicker at how the people who are still anime onlys or just catching up to the manga still probably have no idea what this, like, anyone who's in that situation, they probably have a bit of an idea of what this means. But trust me, that what Morgans is about to do pretty much goes beyond just a simple thing like pretty much causing Luffy's bounty to increase. What like pretty much everything that Morgans is about to do, and the aftermath that's going to come from this, pretty much thanks to Morgans. Like, Morgans is gonna change the game from here just by reporting what Luffy has done on Whole Cake Island. And I'm kind of shocked with myself, to be honest, that I couldn't even foresee at how big of an aftermath that Oda would basically make out of Luffy's escapades on the island. Like, it should have been obvious to me, but I guess this was kind of always. I don't understand how I didn't see it, I guess you could say. Um, and one thing that actually surprised me about this episode is how much more I kind of appreciate of how much I appreciate of seeing the final exchange between Judge and Sanji, but more specifically in the way that Judge had called out Luffy and wanting an answer as to why he chose Sanji as his chef, and as his chef, while all berating and talking down to Sanji, like listing every single one of his problems, every single one of the things that he sees as a flaw or a problem. And don't get me wrong, I like that in the manga too, but just in the way that pretty much the Seiyu pretty much said all those exact words that we remember from the manga, it did give me more of a sense that Judge was testing Luffy and Sanji for pretty much beyond just wanting to be an asshole about the whole thing, even if his reaction did say otherwise and that he wanted an actual answer out of Luffy. But yeah, I definitely felt a little more of a sympathetic sense. Yeah, I definitely. I'm not saying that pretty much I really forgiven Judge for any of the shit he's done to Sanji or anything like that. But it's just I will say for sure that pretty much that just seeing that final exchange, I definitely understand pretty much Judge a lot more for sure, and and of course on the with the even if his and even if Judge's whole reaction to pretty much Luffy just kind of shrugging off his question did pretty much solidify that he wanted an answer. But yeah, I do like how I did get a lot more of a sense of of Judge almost kind of testing pretty much Sanji and Luffy. But yeah, but yeah, I definitely liked it for that. And yeah, I'm with but yeah, I definitely like. But and I also do like how that final exchange it does still carry the whole theme of Sanji pretty much burying his of Sanji pretty much burying pretty much choosing to in a way in a way almost bury like his pretty much past with his family. Like he doesn't give a crap about what they've done to him or who is or what they've done to him now. Then whatever. Like Sanji has like officially put his family drama behind him after this for sure, and it's good. Um, and yeah, let's talk about the other major thing with this. Let's talk about the other major thing with this episode, which is the reveal of the Sun Pirates showing up. And I'll be honest, I think they might have changed the reveal around a bit, because from the manga, if I remember correctly from reading the manga, I think the Sun Pirates were revealed only after what happened with the Sunny. So in that sense, what happened next is probably going to have a little less impact if it even happens. But on one hand, I think majority of us who've read the manga pretty much knew already that Oda wasn't even going to go that far to begin with. But now it's just a little more obvious with how it's going to play out. So yeah, in that sense, it's kind of a double-edged sword. A lot of the tension of what's going to happen after in next episode is probably going to be is probably just going to be downplayed quite a bit more. But on the upside, I think we all know that at this point that they're going to get out of this. I think. Um, Now, one cool thing about the episode for me is that Capone and Chiffon pretty much successfully lure Big Mom away, resulting in the destruction of in the fire tank pirate ship. And of course, the fire tank pirate ship for me is one of the cool things, because while it wasn't as sad as the death of the Mary or the Whitebeard pirate ship, I could just it pretty much it was still a very heavy scene of just seeing pretty much of seeing Capone just pretty much standing there and mourning the loss of the fire tank pirate ship. Like again, it didn't hit me enough in order to start crying, but it definitely hit me in a bit of a soft spot for sure. Like I did get a touch. I did get a little bit of a touch emotional. Like damn, that just happened. Like holy crap. Um, and I gotta give Chiffon even more credit than ever before, because the fact that she was willing in order to stare down her ravenously starving mother and knowing that there was a possibility of her being eaten along with the cake just takes some serious courage. Like, of course, I don't think Chiffon is gonna. Of course, as we know that Chiffon isn't gonna die, but just kind of just seeing her just kind of stare down her mother as she's about to devour the cake is just kind of epic for me. And she hasn't even done any fighting, but still, yeah. Um, Now, on the other side of the spectrum, in terms of the whole scene of Big Mom arriving on the island arriving on the island and just kind of and staring down the cake. Like it's more than obvious that Toei decided to pretty much decided to pretty much extend the scene, extend this shit out of that scene. Like they like in the end, like by the end of the episode, the Big Mom what was still kind of staring down the cake, and she didn't even take a bite out of it. So, and with knowing that Toei is saving like the final climactic thing of her eating the cake for the next episode, it does it does kind of tell me that we are starting to wind down, but also it gives me the feeling that we're headed towards we're headed towards returning to a bit more of the norm in terms of pacing now, and the fact that they're waiting until next episode for pretty much Big Mom to actually eat the cake does definitely say to me that we should expect the next arc, which is the Levelly arc, and the Levelly arc, which is probably one of the shorter arcs in One Piece, to pretty much be an extended arc and be as long as pretty much Zoe was, I'd say. So yeah, in a way, this episode did kind of confirm something for me as well too, I think. Um, but yeah, guys, that's really all I've got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and list to Crunchyroll. Dead Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.